West Point Marina GPS device is a little bit more difficult than the one that came before it, but once you start to put together a strategy, it kind of makes sense. The first thing you want to do is to take this vehicle and just use it to clear the area all the way down to the far end of the docks. And yeah, it's slow. Again, with this corner, be careful not to accidentally take out the pipeline that then drops it all over the road, which I pretty much always do. And be careful of clipping things like this, because you can drag them all across the main area and makes it a lot more difficult in this next section. With the vehicle, you want to smash it away to the side as much as you can, and then get in the 4x4. Just take it easy with these. To be fairly honest, there's no real difficult manoeuvring, just as long as you don't smash the back of the boat, and just get yourself down this road. It's actually quite a fast vehicle, so just take your time with it. Once you get to the end gates, just go straight through, avoid hitting the wall, and bring it down in line with the van that you escape in. This is a good time now to quick save it, so you don't have to repeat that section if you mess it up. And we're going to jump straight into the crane. Lower the crane, hold down the right mouse button for about half a second to lower the crane. And then you're going to want to take down just below the roof to start with. And if you can drop in on the crane and take this down, that's great. If not, go in and do the opposite corners each time so that you drop the boat down evenly. Lower your crane down and smash the space bar just to grab the boat. You can have a few problems with this, like I think I have a bit of a difficulty with this one, just getting it to pull through the doors. If you really want to, you can break the wall down, and you can blowtorch if you feel you need to, but you will get it through with the crane if you just take a bit of time with it. So you want to take the boat out backwards, try and keep it upright. It can be a little bit tricky. If it does flip upside down, you can use the blowtorch to cut through the boat just to make sure that it's accessible. But I'm lucky here and it gives me a good land. So if it does land upside down, then just cut yourself through. It's a good time again to quick save, just to make sure that if you make any mistakes, you can not repeat the entire process again. And the next one we're going to need to do is to sort out some boats, just to make sure that we can get ourselves across the other side as quickly as possible. There's a few ways of doing this. You can jump along the pipes. This is just far quicker and far easier. With the shotgun, you want to make sure you probably shoot lower than I am, as I've kind of learned my lesson doing this. There are 3 connections to break. If you don't break them, you won't be able to make the boat. And as I say, there's a few ways of doing this, but the easiest one is to get in this truck and reverse down the ramp and then hit the corner of the boat. If you just reverse straight off, you'll sink, so don't do that. And another way is to go along the crane that's above the boat. You can see on the right hand side there, using the pipeline behind it, but this is just a lot quicker and a lot easier. Now, slightly different to the mission before, what we're going to want to do here is to make sure we take the boat round the corner, and instead of going all the way over to the left and reversing it up, we're pretty much going to sink it into this dock area on the right hand side, or at the top of this map screen. So pivot right, a little bit of forward motion, and head yourself through the wooden arena. This is probably going to sink your frame rate. It could be my CPU, but the frames don't seem to drop, but the game kind of dies on me here. You're going to try and get it as parallel as possible. If you can get it further up than what I'm doing, even better. Closer to the front door is optimal. But it will start to sink after a certain point, and if you sink it at the point where I've done it, it's not going to make much of a difference because you can optimise this route anyway. So we're going to want to make sure that we can get into the building here. You don't need to break this window that I'm doing, I'm just being a little bit lazy. I haven't really thought this through at this point. And upstairs, through the wall, you'll find your objective. There's also a collectible in this room on the bottom right if you haven't got it already. No idea what I'm doing there. Okay, so if you take this window through and drop down into the bush and break it a little bit below, it might need a bit of space, you can jump straight through into this. The height on that wall that I've got there is a little bit suboptimal, and again this ceiling here, just trying to make it as quick as possible. And out the front door, break that so we don't waste any time. And we'll find a little kind of crappy car here, but it's fast enough, so just reverse it up against that wall and that's fine. Now we're ready to actually do the heist. This is the point where you want a quick save, and we're going to jump straight off the back onto my boat. Again, if you've optimised it a bit better than I have, you should save a lot of time here. Jump out the back. This fence could do with being destroyed, but it doesn't matter. Go through here, pick up the item straight out the front and jump into the vehicle. We're going to yeet on me all the way around here. Careful you don't drive off. And jump out. Grab the item, drive the boat. I did play around with driving the car back, but it's nowhere near as quick as this. Smash it straight into the wall. The harder the better, really. I get a bad bounce there, it's a bit unfortunate. Jump up, grab this one, grab that one, and straight into the van. And that's it. It looks a lot harder before you've done it, in all honesty.